Namaskar, we are back again with our episode Ram Narayan Ram. And once again, we have with us the president of the Santandal, Shri Shri Sankar Sarkar Mahashoy. Namaskar, Guruji.
May your name live on for ages. May your name live on forever.
In the upcoming episode, we will start right where we left off last time, and my questions will begin from there. My question is that anger plays a significant role in our lives. Though we don't want to get angry, we end up doing so anyway at times. Does this bring a very negative impact into our lives? Does anger bring a very bad place into our lives?
Killing is power. Anger is a weapon of self-defense. Look, if someone is speaking boldly, it means the person in front will think I am provoked. If I am speaking, it means there is someone in front of me. To make people understand, in anger you can speak loudly, but someone who always speaks softly and timidly only raises their voice when they're truly angry. If you do that, the person in front of you won't back down. They won't change their stance. They won't make an exact change. That's how it is. For good work, it's good. For bad work, it's bad.
That means, in a way, I can say that anger is a kind of energy for us.
Yes, energy much like skilled plumbers, you will observe that they can lift even very heavy objects. In this, anger was generated, sound was produced, and energy was created. Altogether, for good deeds, this is a God-given gift. It is a birthright of humans. It cannot be renounced. It can be discarded. All right? When people are fulfilled, when society becomes natural, there will be no private ownership, no quarrels, and the 8 billion people will become one family. The whole world will become one family. There will be no caste, no religion. If there is no religion, then what we have beneath us, that is our religion. There is no need for any man-made religion. One world, one humanity. Nowadays, everyone is so educated. Everyone is winning Nobel Prizes. But think about it. No one is thinking about the problems of this world. Even now, caste still exists. The rich and the poor still exist. There is still discrimination. There are still swindlers, thieves, and robbers. So, what is the point of all this management and attire? Why do we need courts and verdicts? Why do we need the police? Why do these people spend millions just to survive? What's the point? There are no farmers left, but there is land to farm it. Do modern farming. In other countries, farming is so advanced, so technical, and that agriculture is being put to good use. Let's connect with these two aspects. Let's make that education meaningful, and let's base our justice system on nature. If we can combine nature and man-made education, then a completely different kind of revolution will happen. From that revolution, people will become a new light, a new society, a new kind of human being. That's why you say it's good every time you go to North Bengal, you say it every time North Bengal survives the floods. From the silt left by those floods, new people emerge. In other words, a new society. Through your Vedic preaching and chanting of the holy name, something new will emerge. A world will be created from this silt, or this book world will be formed. From that, new people will be created, new society, a new nation.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Our episode is going really well. It's getting interesting. Questions are flooding my mind, and I have a big question in my mind that I want to ask you.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Absolutely. I mean,
The answers
completely from my own mind.
I'm enjoying.
Very much.
I feel like you go from village to village just like me. Step by step, people will move forward, carrying the message of awakening. Everyone, read along, make yourself better, protect yourself. Just dressing up isn't enough. Nature has sent you here to make you beautiful. Tell me, why do people in this world have piles of clothes, but trees don't have any clothes piling up? Today, the sun is wearing clothes, the sky is wearing clothes, the earth is wearing clothes. People have made such impossible things happen. Isn't that something to be embarrassed about? And then, calling it clothing brings another kind of embarrassment. But no one is accepting reality. They don't want to understand what's real. And that's the reason. We can't bring our minds under the control of our own minds. We can't keep our minds within the vessel of the mind. We can't seem to tell our minds what to do. Can't guide our minds with our minds. This is my problem. This is how we are, my brothers. We are too attached to our minds. Science says or rather scientists say that the speed of light is the greatest. But people from the past knew, and too, that the speed of the mind is the greatest. There is nothing faster than that. The mind, the soul, it feels as if the body is just a preparation of the mind, and there are other elements as well. So we must remember that if a person is not realistic, then with other people I am just myself. Why shouldn't I be true to myself with everyone? Why should I be my own enemy? Why should I be my own adversary? Why would I harm myself? Why should I smoke cigarettes? Yes. Why should I drink alcohol? Why should I take drugs? Why should I consume gutka? How does the government give licenses for such harmful things? What is the government doing? Is Mamata in West Bengal really doing such a good job? Mamata has made alcohol available in every household. GST collection will happen. Money will be collected from families. Families are being destroyed while Mamata is giving out Lakshmi Bandar and Mamata is distributing alcohol. Husbands are dying from drinking. And Lakshmi Bhattacharya in 2001 and 2002 was doing it with Hero 1000 and Hero 500. Even Thevan 100 hasn't been given yet, despite working so many times. Now she has completely fallen silent. I feel very sad about this. She's a good woman. I really liked her. She was with us during that time. But anyway, just think about it. Everyone should consider where exactly is the real problem in our society. Where is the fever of the problem? Where is the root of the problem, the foundation of the issue? Where is it that the doctors are saying, as you all are mentioning? For this, don't rush to prescribe anything or do tests without knowing the proper guidelines first. People often make judgment from a distance just by looking. Why is tuberculosis happening? People just look and say you have tuberculosis, this disease, that disease. What do doctors do? Brother 75000, share one, 0000002, 0000005, 0000000. So much money spent. If the doctor wasn't there, who would have done this? If you tried to do it yourself without the doctor, what would you have done? If their eye of knowledge, their wisdom had been opened, then just by looking, they could say, you have this condition. The real doctors, the wise doctors have done everything through man-made education. Everything is man-made. The mind has become man-commanded. They've forgotten that the mind is God-made. They have no idea about the power of the mind. Just ask a doctor or a scientist or a judge, they don't know. All right. Where do doctors think the human mind is located? Where is the human mind? Among all this, where is the place? Where is the conscience? Can you tell me where the vessel is that holds the energy from which a human creates offspring? All of these things, if they're happening, we need to know about them. To know, we have to move forward on every path of knowledge with our own effort. No one gives any respect. No one wants to love them. No one even wants to say a kind word to them. But go ahead, smoke bitty, smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol. Then you'll wear pants worth 2,000. It could be that the country's government, whether it's the chief minister or the prime minister, has given licenses for bhang. There's also the central government. Every state government is involved. They're making gutka. But the license for betel leaf with jorda can be used for other diseases. Instead of making cancer medicine from the jorda that causes cancer, they are making people consume that jorda, that tobacco, through biddies and cigarettes, which causes cancer. If they extract the essence from those cones, everyone could get the medicine. And the doctors who are conducting tests, the pharmaceutical factories, why do we need so much medicine? The one who sent us. But for poets, their ailments are cured by herbs and food from nature, and so are ours. Because we don't meditate, we don't think positively, we think negatively. That's why we also suffer. Among us, there are about 50,000 or 50,000 crores. There are 16, there are 8 o'clock, there is consciousness, there is the mind. 1 o'clock, the mind is a magnet. How powerful is this magnet? The mind is our soldier. In our minds, he is our soldier. In our bank, those Saturdays have taken everything from us and shown it to the beehive. At 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, there is the queen bee and a few male bees remain. And all the rest are workers, that is soldiers. They will make the hive, collect this honey, help the colony grow. Can't humans learn from this? Honey tastes good, but the culture of honey, the system of bees, their worldly system, their culture, their infrastructure, what is it? This bird builds a nest. The babu bird, just look at how it builds. So we need all the addresses from our own experience. Humans think they know and understand everything. And that's exactly why people are in such distress. What have humans done to humans? They've made cages. What are cages? No cages, prisons. They've gone inside, locked themselves in, threw away the key, thinking they could get out, but now they can't escape anymore. The pain of confusion, of exploitation, falling from different places, we ourselves have fallen too, yet we still manage to get by. The constitution in India is one of the most comprehensive in the entire world. If the constitution had been properly implemented, if it had been right, it's been 70 years since independence, 78 years in fact. So Mahatma Gandhi, whom people call the father of the nation, I see his image everywhere. Statues have been erected for him, but how many are there for Netaji? For example, consider the individual who tragically died in that very field a mere 7 days later. A small frog was astonishingly born right there. The bank, in its persistent communication, keeps reiterating bank, bank, and that is perfectly understandable. From Madatala, the goods are being sent to Nadana's house. He was hanged. That service is being sent off in a rocket by the government. It's going off to heaven. And here the BJP party is busy dancing around, and the Congress, instead of focusing on Jawaharlal, is making Rahul the king. The Congress government was here for 75 years. Did they do anything for India, or did they just amass personal property? They increased their assets abroad. Why isn't Rahul saying that personal ownership should go? Why isn't Modi saying to abolish private property? I don't see any meaning in nature. I don't see any meaning in the sky for any individual. Hey, you all are talking about quality at 1 o'clock. I mean, when the Grand Alliance spoke, you just sat there quietly, and even the owner isn't saying anything. So we have to think about this. In the universe, in the cosmos, in nature, in the whole universe, do we see any owner? We see workers, but on this earth, where does the owner come from above? On the other hand, a serious blow was needed, but it crossed some border and entered in the middle. It entered into the earth, and from then on, ownership existed. So many highly educated passengers starting from the Supreme Court, so many judges' salaries will have to be paid for them. They will need places to stay, they will need security. That's why it has to be in Bengali. Whatever they say will become law. This law is not being made. The owners will not remain. And in the afternoon, the passengers will wear the High Court jersey in vain. In Cambodia, people have poor eyesight, they lack knowledge. What have they even studied? I'm telling you to study nature, observe nature. The judgments he is giving after his death, there will be no judgment for his judgments. How can death, which is called justice, deliver the right judgment? Has Guruji seen it? In my 77 years of life, I have never committed murder. The police have accused me, the political party has accused me, and then he left saying he got a response from his son. After 40 years, he found out about it. That's just how he is. So now, in the case of these passengers, is it his responsibility to go to jail himself for 40 years? That old man who grew old from his youth, his life has been spent. There are many stories inside the jail. Is everyone really 100% guilty? And if there are thieves, where did the thieves come from? From which country did these thieves come? How did they come in the guise of thieves? Why are there borders there? The vast ocean, 3/4 of the world is water. And the reality is there any border in those 3/4 of water? You can't go to Russia, you can't go to China, you can't go to Pakistan, you can't go to India. All the sea creatures and animals living under the ocean, they roam freely above. The birds fly around as well, and they haven't been sent any visas. But for humans, which fool created all this? Why did they divide countries? Why can't there be just one family in the world? When you were born, out of 8 billion people, everyone said the same thing. Instead of saying, wah, 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 the baby just stays quiet in the crib. Is it mute or not? So that's why everything in nature happens for a reason. If Mamata listens to what I'm saying, she might start a movement. Why? Isn't Mamata standing up Mamata knows that if she does, her own dreams will be crushed. Modi will destroy her. Even Modi isn't saying anything about the woman. Congress isn't saying anything. Why isn't Rahul saying that my property? The president, said this 25 years ago in Anandabazar Patrika every day. In Hindi, in the Times of India, I have the records. A full page newspaper ad where I said I would give all my movable and immovable property to the state. The state would be my father and mother. As a deputy, I would work and earn my living based on my abilities. I would live by my merit, my knowledge, intelligence, and physical capability. All my abilities would be dedicated to my service there. The 5 basic necessities would be the same for every food, education, healthcare, and so on. Is there anything lacking in freedom? There is nothing lacking in freedom. So why create a sense of lack? Why is making a constitution such a big deal? And Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal worked together. Jawaharlal Nehru did not allow the creation of a pure and free constitution. Muhammad Mohan Bade had a good understanding with Jawaharlal. If I show it now, is the character of Sri Ram shown on television true or false? I let it go. I was there. Now everyone knows this was the case in Moy Mandi. Now for some reason I can show it on television. From Mahamadi's birth to his death, what good deeds he did, and I will show my part as well. Look, if everyone only points out what mistakes or bad things I have done, then that's all people will remember. This is what will happen while tuning this computer. One day you will see those who had the best melodies. By the virtue of nature, the scenes of the wealthy and all their activities will be visible to us. So that when we say it, you'll say, oh, we call this brother God, we call this one a prophet, we call this one God. We call them everything, didn't we? This is something to think about, something worth pondering.
Amazing, 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 excellent. In one word, excellent. I can't say anything else. I'm speechless after hearing him. So we'll pause here for a bit. Our next episode is coming up soon.